For 32 years, Eleanor Vance had been the unshakable bedrock of Sterling Dynamics procurement, her invaluable connections a living network. Now Marcus Thorne, the new CEO with his visionary algorithms, looked at her across the polished table, his smile sharp. "Eleanor," he began, "we're streamlining. No room for sentiment or seasoned wisdom in the digital age." The words were a calculated blow, echoing in the sudden silence of her office, and Eleanor knew her time, and the company's real strength, was about to be discarded. Marcus Thorne, his smile taut with a dismissive arrogance, leaned across the polished table. "Eleanor, your 3 decades of traditional methods, while once valued, are simply not compatible with Sterling Dynamics' future. We are transitioning to a fully automated procurement system. Your services are no longer required, effective immediately." The finality of his words, delivered with detached precision, severed Eleanor's connection to a life's work. 30 years, countless relationships, reduced to traditional methods and an outright dismissal. A cold shock gave way to a wave of bitter humiliation. Was he right? Had her invaluable, relationship-based wisdom truly become obsolete in this new, algorithm-driven world? She felt discarded, a relic whose deep understanding of people and processes was now less valuable than lines of code, leaving her to question her very worth. Days blurred into a haze of self-doubt and gnawing humiliation for Eleanor. Her daughter, Sophia, a warm anchor, provided solace. Then the phone rang, an unexpected chime. Victoria Sterling, COO of Apex Industries. Victoria offered the Senior Director of Strategic Supplier Relations role, specifically to manage Apex's critical supplier relationships, Sterling Dynamics among them. A potent understanding dawned on Eleanor. This wasn't just a job, it was leverage. Eleanor formally accepted the director role at Apex Industries. Soon after, her new office filled with reports. The data starkly painted a picture of Sterling Dynamics' spiraling delivery times and quality issues, all directly correlating with Marcus's automated system launch. Armed with irrefutable evidence of failure, she coolly scheduled a meeting with David Miller and, pointedly, with Marcus Thorne. The stage was set. She would highlight precisely how their modern approach was failing Apex Industries, directly jeopardizing their critical $42 million annual contract. Marcus Thorne's face flushed a deep crimson. "This is a personal vendetta, Eleanor. You're manipulating data because you couldn't keep up." Eleanor met his furious gaze, her voice calm as she echoed his past words. "No, Marcus. It's just business. And as for keeping up, perhaps my experience was simply obsolete, wasn't it?" The $42 million contract hung heavy in the air. Cornered by the irrefutable evidence, Marcus's arrogance crumbled into a bitter concession. Eleanor, with Victoria's silent backing, proposed the only path forward. Sterling Dynamics would grant full transparency, demonstrate measurable improvements, and, crucially, re-engage Eleanor Vance as a consultant to rectify the very algorithmic mess he had created. Eleanor re-entered Sterling Dynamics, not as an employee, but a consultant, her authority palpable. Working alongside David Miller and her old procurement team, she methodically revisited critical suppliers, patching frayed relationships with the genuine trust forged over decades. Within weeks, the automated system's chaos began to recede. Delivery times shortened, quality metrics soared. Marcus, simmering in his glass-walled office, was forced to confront dashboards glowing green, undeniable proof that human wisdom, not his algorithms, was the company's true lifeline. At the 60-day mark, Eleanor presented her comprehensive report to Victoria Sterling at Apex Industries. The data was unequivocal. Sterling Dynamics' performance had stabilized and dramatically improved only under Eleanor's direct consultation. Her recommendation for a 1-year contract renewal came with a non-negotiable condition. Sterling Dynamics must retain Eleanor as a full-time, independent supply chain relationship consultant with irrefutable authority. Marcus, his face a mask of barely suppressed fury, knew refusal meant ruin and public humiliation. With Victoria Sterling's cool, unyielding gaze fixed on him, he was forced to sign Eleanor's 3-year consulting contract, a bitter, public admission of his automated system's catastrophic failure and his utter dependence on the very human expertise he had so arrogantly dismissed. Eleanor's triumph was absolute, starkly visible in his defeated posture. Over the ensuing 18 months, Eleanor's consistent, measurable successes as a consultant at Sterling Dynamics served as a stark, embarrassing counterpoint to Marcus Thorne's initial vision. His automated system, still prone to complex failures, simply couldn't replicate her human touch. Marcus's reputation, once gleaming with tech savviness, rapidly diminished, and the board grew undeniably restless. Finally, unable to withstand the undeniable evidence of his failures, Marcus Thorne tendered his resignation. David Miller, appointed interim CEO, immediately made Eleanor's consulting role permanent with expanded authority. Eleanor, now an indispensable, respected expert, savored the profound vindication, proving that true wisdom, relationships, and human insight prevailed over any cold algorithm.